maybe there's some better distractions to spend my time with. Maybe I can go and volunteer for a food bank, or maybe I can go and, help refugees in Calais or something. Instead I'm kind of spending time on this bit of plastic with sugar in it. I'd been living in Norwich for a couple of years, and I think actually one thing that I hadn't had a lot of when living in Norwich was this kind of nature connection. Having an understanding of how to manage my mental health, and part of that being having an understanding of how to connect with nature in a way that chills me out if I'm getting stressed, is a really important part of how I live. And then I discovered this piece of information that bees run out of energy really quickly. If a bumblebee doesn't have any food for 45 minutes, then it's likely to die. So much of the food we eat is pollinated by bees. If insects and bees are wiped out, then good chance that actually we'll follow them. And also discovered that us humans have the capacity to refuel them and revive them with sugar solution. At that point I was so kind of hungry for a bit of nature connection and urban wildlife connection that really struck me as this beautiful opportunity. That was the moment where a seed was planted in me around kind of like, oh, there's something here that I need to think about a bit more. My brain started kind of churning with this idea of like, well, how can I carry sugar solution? And actually, if there are other people really missing that connection to urban wildlife, actually, is there some way of creating something that actually anyone could carry to then revive exhausted bees whenever they pass them in the street? Well, one of the things that we all carry is credit cards, which we use like a punch to kind of punch 3 holes into a card. Stickers we put then on the top after we've put the sugar solution into the card are peelable. People can then kind of peel the sticker off and reveal the sugar solution and then hopefully revive the bee. One of the groups that came forward who really wanted to be involved with Bee Saviour Behaviour was Tuxwood Library. They've got a ready community there that's really engaged with their growing stuff, and so they invited us in and we went down and did workshops down there. Those workshops were a great opportunity to get people talking about bees. Henry's got a fabulous bookshop in the centre of Norwich, that has a certain kind of bee reference, being called the Book Hive, and he was really keen to find ways that he could introduce his space as a way to kind of push the project and celebrate the project and get the kind of word out about what we were doing. And so he's given us some space in the Book Hive to set up a vending machine essentially as soon as we're ready. It's all about building communities both in Norwich but also up and down the country. The day we launched the crowdfunding campaign, I had a really stressful day. Like, everything was kicking off. A kind of personal struggle of like, well, is this actually a thing? Like, I'm dedicating a lot of time and thought to this. I was just super stressed, basically. It was just, it was not a good day, it was not a good moment. And then on the way home, I saw a honeybee on the ground and I was like, oh wow, honeybee. It was obviously pretty exhausted, it didn't fly away. So I got the card out and peeled off the sticker and put it next to it, and it had a bit of a feed. And just all of a sudden, I went from this world of stress, all of my attention was on this bee. This project might be about saving bees. That might be part of what we're trying to do here. But actually, the bees are doing a pretty good job of saving me at the moment.